Uganda y'enkya.
Nti gavumenti eno etyobodde nnyo ekitiibwa kya bannayuganda. Twenyamidde nnyo ewiiki eno Katemba eyeeyolese mu bintu ebyabadde mu UN. Ng'eggwanga twaswadde nnyo obuswavu bw'amaanyi. Abantu abakulu abakyala bewalirabye nti bakitiibwa, omu prime minister, omulala akola mu ofiisi ye, omulala deputy president, kati prime minister Dabanja, omulala ali mu ofiisi ya prime minister Lumumba, omulala deputy president Alupo. Bali mu kukaayana ng'obwana bw'enjala, bayomba beesunaaso, naye ng'abaleetedde ebyo yali wali bali n'ekibayombya butripu ne bw'alawensi obuliko. Can you imagine? Timwami Yoweri Kaguta Museveni atuusiza abantu okuyombera katripu. Abamu mbabuulira n'ennaku zino batuwa tripu ng'erifu responsible ne baga abannanga amunsonyiwe sijja kusobola. Nze mbabuulira bino saali yagadde kuwanira no press conference. Olugendo lwa America luwanvu lumenyana nnyo. Oyina okubanga oyina obuvunaanyizibwa bw'amaanyi okutuula mu nnyonyi ya ssaawa 10 n'emmeka. Sawa n'obeera kuli naye bali kuli bayombera katripu. Eggwanga twaswadde nnyo. Ate tebakomye ku ekyo. Ulina alyoka agamba nti Nabbanja twamuulidde ng'agamba gwe Lumumba twakuwaayo kasituulu akameeza otuleko wano. Ekiraga nti Lumumba yali kireereese, yali redundant namuwaayo kamwasa jjute. Bambi tuulako wano mu ofiisi. Lumumba nga babanga b'amaanyi. Ne bakutuusa ku level efaanana bw'etyo. Anaatera bigamba ne Kadaga yali speaker kuba naye ali mu ofiisi ya Nabbanja. Si naye deputy we. Ndowooza kyava yabivaako na kino kankayiseewo. Kyava yabivaako ye naaga akagenda asomesa eggwanga Oluswayiri. Kuba alimba tukusoma Luswayiri Kadaga ye yekolera ebyo. Tebawa agamba wange nze kansomesa Oluswayiri byaliko mukazi wattu muyiga Oluswayiri. Naye no reducing abakyala abobuvunaanyizibwa ku level eyo. Kiruma tubyogerera munga tulinga ababalaata naye biruma. So kye tugamba tulina okutaasa eggwanga lyaffe mu mbeera yonna. Era tulina okufunvubira okulijja mu mbeera eyo ey'obuswavu n'ey'okulibbika mu nnyanga bwe tutyo. Era n'ekino twagala okusabirako nti yes twawerokaminze AFCON. Kirungi nti bamutuwadde naye era tukimanyi bamutuwadde ku affirmative action kubanga ebyetaago tetubirina. Ebyetaagisa kituufu tetukola ki? Tetubirina. Akasaawe kamu tulina Namboole naye nako tukubirira kakubirire. Nalabye abakyakala ne kano ka golf course. Mupiira kyo gwa AFCON ogenda okubeera mu ka golf course Kahamu. Si golf course, tennis court. Golf course kiba kinene, bakyakalambu tennis court kana Kahamu. Eyo yali eyina okubeera monumental stadium. It's a heritage site. Nakivowe Memorial Stadium okujjukirirako abazira baffe. In fact singa tutumbula bya bulambuzi olwaleero singa ekisaawe ekyo twakizimba bulungi ng'eggwanga nga kyaffe it's a national asset nga sinti ka tennis court ak'omuntu kubanga eyo property ya muntu kati twalibadde tugenda kutumbula eyo nga heritage site nga tubaga ne finals twagala zisambibwe mu heritage site yaffe War Memorial Stadium eyazimbibwayo olw'okujjukira abazira baffe abagenda ne balwana ebbama, abagenda ne balwana mu World War II. Kati abazira b'ebbama babateeka mu mizannyo. Abazira b'ebbama naye nga abazira baali balina kujjukirwa ku kisaawe ky'Ennakivubo. So tugamba lwaki twokyogeddeko wano tetwagala Mwami Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ne banne bakikozese mu bintu bibiri. Ekisooka ng'omugano gw'okugabana ensimbi mu ggwanga. Kubanga bakola bo buli kibeerawo oba kyogamu oba gavi oba ki bakinoonyaamu nsimbi. Era already abayiika already endusu balinda nsimbi zino bangi. Ekyokubiri baleme kikozesa nga tool of operation. Okukikozesa ng'ekyokulwanyisa eri bannayuganda baga nti bannange buli omu alwanirira eddembe, buli omu alwana struggle yaffe ey'okwenunula ey'okugyawo embeera ey'obulyake mu ggwanga mu byonna tubisibe ku mpagi tutunuulire kimu AFCON. Yes tujagala naye batandise dda n'amaloboozi te bannange temugira nnyo muyinza okutujjisaako AFCON. Mwete mwogera ku bubbi Mwetemogera ku byankungana. Mwetemogera ku kino. Mwami Museveni bwati bwe yayisawo akalulu 220 no 227 yayisawo akalulu mu Kyogamu, 220 yayisawo akalulu mwakama kwetu mu COVID. Kakati alabika ayagala kweri pakano. Aga tembako kyemwogera. Tugende paka 226 amalo kuba akalulu nga suppressinze banna Uganda akobubbi. Abagambi twetegekere 227 kyo tugamba nti nedda Kyogamu tujagala. Sorry. CAF tujagala. Afcon tujagala. Naye tetugenda kusiba ku mpaji lutalo lwa kununula gwanga lino. Byonna bijja kutambulira wamu. Tulwana olutalo tugende ne struggle yaffe, tubeere ne dembe lyaffe eryokweyogerera n'eryokungana n'erya buli kimu nga n'enteekateeka nazo bwe zigenda maaso. Tusembayo n'okubira omulanga bammemba b'ekibiina mwenna nti muwagire enteekateeka zino era mu programs eziddako tujja kuba tubanjulira bwe tugenda okusinkana n'okukola enteekateeka ozimba olujegere ne civil societies endala nnyingi, NGOs nnyingi eziri mu struggle ez'eddembe ly'obuntu n'erya freedom ey'okweyogerera ne political parties endala twabanyonyola. Tulina okusinkana bannaffe aba anti, aba NUP, aba DP progressive, aba UPC.
Monsi buli omwali n'ekirooto kuba kuwaguza kulafuubana n'okulemerako okutuuka ku buwanguzi. Ddala wamma ggwe luba lunaku mulindwa okyasobeddwa ekane mu kibira nga weebuuza omuntu omutuufu anaakutuusa ku makula g'ebirooto byo oba okooye kuferebwa. Kankwanjulire aba Brand Pro Property Services Limited abeegulidde erinnya mu kutuukiriza ebirooto by'abantu ebyekuusa ku ttaka. Bagula wamu n'okutunda ettaka n'amayumba ku buli luguudo lwa Uganda wamu n'okwetooloola ensi mu mawanga agatali gamu nga USA, India wamu ne Bungereza. Tulina estates eziwedde okuzimbibwa. Gano makula bukula weegulire ennyumba ey'ekirooto kyo olwaleero ku bbeeyi esoboka. Naawe anoonyeza okupangisa tuzirina ng'ate tusobola n'okukulaakulanya ettaka, amayumba oba estates zo ne zeegombesa buli muntu. Oyagala saveya oba olina ekizibu kyonna nga kyekuusa ku ttaka, bitukwase g'osirike. Tusangibwa ku MT House ku mwaliiro ogusooka Room 5 ewazana ku Entebbe Road okuliraana ekizimbe kya Muguluma Empire. Osobola okutukubira oba okutuweereza obubaka ku WhatsApp namba zaffe noti 773 216 588 noti oba noti 703 824 noti 79 ne ku website www.brandpro.co.ug. ate mwe bankuba kyeyo ebyammwe byateredde anti osobola okugula poloti oba okufuna ennyumba n'okomawo nga buli kimu kiri malidaadi saana. Sematuka abafere olwaleero ng'okolagana ne Brand Pro Property Services Limited tutuukiriza birooto.
There are already calls being made by the regime to abuse the goodwill of CAF. You know, CAF awarded us, they embraced our bid, which is largely basically, I think, it is based on affirmative action because we do not have the necessary facilities. But we embrace it, fine. It's a good development, it's a good gesture. We do embrace it. But there are already tendencies emerging towards abusing it to curtail civil liberties. They are already emerging. And given the fact that Mr. Museveni is already organizing to rig 2026 elections, they are just using this as a tool now. There are already tendencies which are emerging to abuse it, to use it, to entrench a family rule, to entrench a gun rule, by suppressing civil liberties, by suppressing our rights to assemble, associate, and express ourselves. It's already emerging. And we are putting Ugandans on notice. Our worries are not far-fetched. They are founded on precedents which have happened before. You recall Kyogamu of 2007, the way it was used to clamp down on people with civil liberties, the way it was treated as a cash bonanza for those who were organizing it. We are at it again. They're already salivating and also gearing up to come up with the draconian measures to drive a particular agenda and say, When you are talking about freeing ourselves, they are saying, you see, these people just want to wreak havoc in the country. They want to ruin our opportunity of organizing AFCON. They will have to go hand in hand. As we host, we want to put the country on notice. Yes, as we host AFCON, we are not going to relent on pushing for our rights to regain control of our country. They should continue hand in hand. AFCON should not be used as an excuse to clamp down on civil liberties, on exercise of our right to assemble, on exercise of our right to freely express ourselves and to participate in the governance of this country. Two, it shouldn't be used as a cash bonanza for particular individuals. Those who are celebrating, for them, it's all about feathering their nests. It's all about crude or barbaric ways of enriching themselves. So we should brace ourselves for that. And come 7th as FDC, we are going to be moving around the country. And we do not expect anything in the direction of stopping our programs by regime functionaries. A couple of other things we wanted to update you on. We filed a case in court, like we told you last week. We also filed an application for an injunction. We expected the court to have that matter heard as soon as practicable, but in any event, not later than Thursday this week. Because the activities that are being challenged and the impanned program or agenda of 6th is being pushed by our detractors. So hopefully, court will entertain this matter. We finalized everything. We have even written communications reminding the court that this matter is very, very urgent because the activities and the programs we would want to hold are slated for 6th. So hopefully, it's going to be hard. Actually, if anything, they ought to have had us last week or latest today. But no problem. Even if it's fixed for tomorrow or Wednesday, there would be no problem. We are going to vigorously pursue that and ensure that justice is done. We are also following up matters with the Electoral Commission because we told you the resolutions of the National Delegates Conference of 19th were duly registered. And the Electoral Commission is duty-bound under the provisions of the Political Parties and Organizations Act, ready together with the party constitution to recognize and certify the same. They have no choice because the Delegates Conference was convened by the national chairman of the party, the Ambassador Bobi, and is the one authorized to convene the Delegates Conference, and is the one who has communicated the resolutions to the Electoral Commission. So we hope and pray that Justice Byabakama will not tinker with the laws rather, and will abide by the command or dictates of the law to recognize those resolutions going forward. We had earlier on informed you that we notified the banks about these resolutions and the demand that they should respect the same and freeze their accounts. Of course, we know that this is the period when there are remittances from the Electoral Commission, always, for the first quarter. I think, yes, for the first quarter. In a financial year, the quarter starts from July, August, September. A quarter is 3 or 4 months? 3 months. So the quarter ended October? No, September rather. And in those quarterly remittances, we expect the Electoral Commission to take cognizance of the resolutions made. Short of that, they will have problems with the law. They will face the wrath of the law if they didn't take into cognizance of the fact that the legitimate or bona fide leadership of the party took particular resolutions on how the funds should be managed. We have seen somewhere in the media people spinning this. They were trying to spin it. Someone, one or the other indicating that probably we are fighting over that money. No. That's not our DNA. That is an insult to us. It's not our DNA. It's about protecting the integrity of the leadership of the party and also the funds of the party, protecting the institution of the FDC with all its assets, with all its finances, because ultimately we are accountable to the members of the party. It's all about that, ensuring that the funds are properly accounted for. And everything is done in accordance with the law, with the party constitution. We would be the last people here to begin hankering after party money. No. So, for heaven's sake, whoever is propagating that kind of propaganda, stop it. You should stop it. Finally, we do expect all the members of the party to rally behind the agenda we have rolled out. That is our expectation. If you wish FDC well, if you love the FDC, if you want FDC to be rejuvenated, to be rebranded, to be able to achieve its original mission and vision, wholeheartedly embrace the program. This is the program which is going to rejuvenate the party. If you want to kill the FDC, if you want the FDC to be sold to Yoweri Museveni and his team, join the team on 6th. That is going to wherever we don't know. Because that is their mission. Little wonder that nobody Mao is waiting for them. You've heard him all over the media. Maligning us, using all sorts of derogatory remarks, making innuendos. You've heard what he has said. And we know he's anxiously waiting for the delivery of the FDC to wherever they are right now. Please, members of the party, you are duty bound under the Constitution to resist all these maneuvers. And that is the reason we appeal to you. In fact, it shouldn't even be a call. It's a clarion call. It's an obligation on your part to resist all those maneuvers. I thank you for God and my country.
Lukwago, Lord Mayor, era emire okadi FDC yaffe agambe nti wekitibwa tuterebuka bamwenda maize honorable ize si a delegate yakola constitution ya Uganda tuterebuka temulabira hano ng'omuntu wa bulijjo. Mwami Lukwago yagambye tebamulonda mu mateeka naye so Mwami Lukwago gyakola teyeebuuza ku banne abadde batula mu nneeka ebbanga eddene. Mukywe Mwami Lukwago yatandika kuyijja mu nneeka tangana kuweza mirundi giwera 15 ng'atula mu nneeka bukyalondebwa. Mwami Lukwago teyalondebwa mu nneeka eri yaffe gye twalonderwamu yayingira nneeka nga party president amulyati amulonze ku bwaki wa deputy president ekifo ekyo kiyingira mu nneeka ekyamingira kati yeebuuziza ku banne tuterebuka yajja atya. Delegates conference yalonda owekitiibwa Nsibambi okubeera electoral commissioner. Mwami tuterebuka n'abeera nga yamumyuka. Mwami Nsibambi n'asaba nga agenda okwesimbayo mawokota n'agamba sitowa kukola mirimu ebiri ya constitution nga bwegamba mbere nga nze chairman electoral commission ate nga neesimbyewo ate nga akakiiko k'ebyokulonda ke kasunsulamu abantu agenda okwesimbawo. Kati conflict of interest Mwami Nsibambi n'akola ki? Nadda ebbali. Bwadde ebbali neeke yatuula neega nti ono nga waze ebbali ffe tusobola kuleka nga kikalu nga tekyetaagisa atugenda mu bululu obujja buno obwaggwa bwonna bu 2021 okuteekawo omuntu anaakola omulimu ogwo. Mwami Tuterebuka n'ava ku bwa deputy w'okumuyika Mwami Nsibambi n'ayambuka waggulu n'afuuka electoral commissioner. Era ndowooza ne twali tuteesa emmanju wano mu National Council mwakiraba mukulu Birigwa gye yakubiriza ng'agamba electoral commission egende mu maaso n'omulimu era nga Mwami Tuterebuka yakola ki? Yagikubiriza. Mwami Lukwago teyandibadde candidate wa FDC singa teyayita mu vetting y'akakiiko ka Mwami Tuterebuka. Mukimanyi nti era avuganye n'omukyala Nabiira era akakiiko kano ke kajjamu Nabiira Mwami Lukwago n'alyoka asigalawo n'afuna kaadi. kala te ode ne wekyusa nda akakiiko kano kafu ngateke kakuteekana wona okubeera meya ne kadi gy'oliko teri MP ali mu Uganda atayita mu mikono gyani yatoterebuka katutandise okubeera awo ndowooza ng'amazima gatufuukidde ziizi abantu abamu kiruma tusobola okuba nga tukyayogera bino nga tukwanyisiganya abantu fe abandi badde abagunjufu abamu ku ffe tuli bagunjufu tuva mu famire engunjufu kituluma okuba nga tukyayogera bino omuntu yenna nga gwe nyini oli ku kaadi FDC toterebuka yenyini gye yapuluvinga bakuwe nasindika empapula ze wa secretary general nogaa toterebuka si mutuufu. Whatever was done illegally, I think is illegal. Mwami Lukwago asookazeeyo kaadi yetondere ensindi mu nsonyi banondera ku kaadi nkyambu bannange eyagimpa si mutuufu tuke tutegere nti byayogera biri mu ensa olwo besaani yogedde nako nawe kiri akadde okuwandika nti akawunti yange bagisibe ndowooza kiba kyabwe busa. Bank account za FDC n'okuwandika byonna byonna ebikwata ku pate secretary general yawandiikayo n'okuwandikira banka secretary general omulonde yakola ki yawandiikayo kati secretary general omulonde ye mukulu Nandala Mafabe ate akyali signatory oba secretary general omulala yeefula secretary general wa FDC musaba awandiikeyo tulabe oba banka banaazikyusa mujja mubuuza nga alisewo wiiki ani kati mayo kwe mayo waliwo ebintu wamma ebiringanga nti omwana azanya ne mwanyina tinze maama nze taata kusaye baba bazanya omuzannyo olabanga bo naye omuzannyo we guggwa buli omwe yeddiza erinnya lyeki ettuufu kati byonna bye bakola bambi mwakimanyi tebalina delegates conference gye bakoze mu mateeka teriiyo baddeyo ne bundi ya kooti tetweddagana kwogera nnyo bintu ebyo kuba buli omwe abikola kyabitegeera naye mu mateeka tebalina buyinza kuwandiikira banka wanayita wiiki mugende mubabuuze wana abakyusiza akawunti mujja kulaba nti badde mu byaki bya maama ne taata babazanya. I had the Lord Mayor saying, even after when they are addressing the press down there, that Mr. Tolebuka is not supposed to be in this office, that the office, they elected Mr. Nsibambi, so he's illegally there. I don't want people, Lukwago and his group, most of them are historians. I'm not very good at history, I didn't like that subject. But everybody in Uganda knows, and the EC knows, there's nobody who got FDC card in FDC who was not vetted by the EC chaired by Mr. Tolebuka Bamwenda. All of you are here when Mr. Lukwago picked his form, brought his forms back. At first it was Honorable Nabila who came here first, you remember? And she was just because she came late. Mr. Lukwago brought his forms to Mr. Tolebuka Bamwenda. Mr. Lukwago, who calls himself rule of law master, should not have come to Mr. Tolebuka Bamwenda to hand in his forms to be vetted and thereafter signed by the Secretary General, Honorable Nandala Mafabe. Today, he's telling us Tolebuka was not supposed to be in the office. Then how did he become a candidate of FDC? Himself, Mr. Lukwago. These are some of the things that touch our bad nerves as members who have been in this party for some time. When it favors you, you tell the people it's right. Let me tell you something which Mr. Lukwago does not know. Because he came yesterday to NEC, he was not voted by the delegates conference, as he has been purporting. He came to NEC just because Honorable Muriat appointed him the deputy president. He did not come to NEC normally, as you normally come to NEC. So he missed most of those meetings where the name of Mr. Tolebuka was brought to NEC, discussed, and he was appointed to act in the EC chair because the substantive chair who was elected in the delegates conference, Mr. Nsibambi, decided to step aside. Why? Because he was going to stand as an MP. Our constitution is very clear. You have a conflict of interest if you become the EC chairperson at the same time standing for any position. So he stepped aside. He elected to step aside. So Mr. Tolebuka was asked by NEC and even the National Council to take on that mantle. That's why he has been there for more than 8 years doing that work. Nobody who was elected on FDC card who does not have a signature of Mr. Tolebuka Bamwenda. Even Lukwago himself, the Lord Mayor. So if he said this man is not supposed to be there, I think we are starting to be very conservative with the truth of late. As a party, we are not concerned with whatever they are saying. Today they are saying they are going to take him to court. Let them go ahead. We are going to prove to them that on our side we have better lawyers, more qualified lawyers, and who are not populists. Our brothers who elected to go and do whatever they are doing there, jumping over walls and whatever, we pity them and we feel bad that we are moving on, because Mr. Bilgwa himself chaired the NEC, as I told you, and that NEC authorized the EC to continue the elections up to the end. Nobody in FDC has the power to stop the elections, and they will not stop. Yes, sir. It's like, as I told you, it's like me playing with my sister, and I tell you, you are the mother, you are the father. After the game has ended, you return back to the child you were. So anybody can think of taking those signatures and there, but the banks also. A bank is not like a market that you just go there, tell them now I'm the big man because you are putting on a nice suit, and they change the signatures. It's a process. And the only person who is authorized to write on behalf of the party is the Secretary General. Which Secretary General is going to write to them? They have to explain the process, how they became the Secretary General. All of you are watching them. Was that a normal delegates conference? No roll call, no what? They told you 800 people signed. All of you have good eyes, I'm sure. Can 800 people fit there where they were? A tent of 100 people, and you packed in 800 people? Sometimes you don't want to answer these things. You people, you make us feel bad to answer such questions. But they are free to write anything. After 1 week, ask them what would have happened. They can even write to EC. You ask them what will happen after 1 week. By the middle of this week, you see a lot of things happening.
Uganda Yancha